Hello again. Today we're going to be looking at the Canon EOS R and R5. Now the differences are between the R and the R5. The R has 30.3 megapixels, dual autofocus and CMOS sensor, digit gate processor, 8 frames per second maximum burst rate, video 720p, 1080p and 4K, Wi-Fi 2.4 GHz and UHS 2 card. With one slot. The R5, 45 megapixels with dual pixel autofocus and CMOS sensor, digit gate processor, raw burst mode is 20 frames per second maximum, video 1080p, 4K and 8K. Now 8K is only 30 frames per second unfortunately, and the 4K hasn't said if it's going to be cropped or not. Wi-Fi 5 GHz, Bluetooth 4.0 and dual slots this time with a UHS 3 and a CF 2.0. So those are the specifications. Differences in body. So the R has got the touch panel that no one liked, and the R5 has gone back to a joystick. The thumb wheel on the back has changed back to the original style, and the screen is slightly bigger on the R, so the R5 you're not going to see as much. The button placement's slightly different in places, but who cares? That doesn't really bother. It's easy to get used to. Looking around the body, as you can see, it's pretty much the same as the R, which is another reason that I decided to get the Canon EOS R. Now this is the reason I bought the EOS R. As you can see, the price is the lowest it's been so far, and this is a brand new camera, and I bought the body only because I've already got lenses, so I decided to get this instead of waiting till July for a camera that's only got a few megapixels and slightly faster. I decided to go for this one. They give you this memory card, which is absolutely pointless but good for children. Right, so unboxing this, we've got the manual, which is quite thick, different languages. The charger for the battery. That's the same style of charger they've been using for over 10 years. And there's the battery, which is a LP-E6N. Right, so let's have a look what we've got in here. Right, so we've got a European or Asian plug with the cable. We've got a mystery piece of plastic in there and a Type-C to Type-C cable, which is a nice thick chunky cable as well. I've got a feeling I know what that is, and if it is, then that will be something pretty good. Right, so you've got a strap. Nobody ever uses a strap. I don't know why they waste time with it. And we've got the camera body itself. Right, so let's have a look at this. I've been used to the 6D Mark II for the last 2 years, and so I decided to get this one. I've been waiting for ages for the second one, but this one I like. Right, so you get the free mount adapter still in certain places, not everywhere, and if you're in the UK, I'm not sure if you get it. But it looks very nice. It's metal construction. Look at all those pins. Right, so it's got more pins on the RF camera, and if you're unaware of that, it's got more pins because the lenses you can do different things, and you can have different settings. Right, let's have a look at this cable and the mystery piece of plastic. I haven't seen one of these before, but if I'm right, then it will be a cry of joy for everyone who buys one of these. Right, yeah, I know what it is. Right, so I'll get this cable out first. It's the thickest Type-C cable I think I've ever seen. It's a nice, thick, good quality cable. Right, let's have a look, see if I'm right. So in here we've got the HDMI and USB Type-C ports, and yes, there's a little screw hole there. So this screws into this little screw hole, a bit like the old monitors used to years ago. And if you can see there, it holds the wire and the cable so it doesn't fall out on you. That's excellent. I shan't be using this for video work, but connecting it to a monitor or TV, you do find that if you touch the camera slightly it can disconnect, which is most annoying. So that will be a godsend for a lot of people. Of course, cropped 4K in this, I won't be using it for my channel. I've got a dedicated 4K camera for that. Right, so we've got an articulated screen. We've got the LCD or OLED. I'm not quite sure what that is. Could just be like a Casio watch. You've got all the buttons on there. They're all programmable, and you can change those in the settings. Battery compartment is in the bottom. Let's get a battery to put in here. There we go. And I'll get a memory card as well. Right, I think this is still on the UHS Type 2, but I'll use a Type 3 card anyway. I think most people are using the 3s now. Right, so let's put those in there. No, that's the wrong way. Okay. Right, let's have a look at this mount again and bring out the lens. I decided to get a new 50mm lens while I was there. They're still pretty cheap, about £70 in the UK, and about 2 million Vietnam dong here. Right, so let's get the bubble wrap off of this one. Okay. I did think about buying the f1.4, but I've used the little nifty 50 for years and years and years, and I've never had a problem with it, and it takes a really good picture, so I wasn't too worried about buying that one. Right, let's sort these caps out. Okay, because the RF is different. Right, so let's have a look in here. There we go. If you ever have any trouble with your lenses fitting onto the mount adapters, then fit the lens to the mount adapter before you put it on the camera. That usually stops any problems from occurring. Right, so here we go. Switch it on. Right, there's the screen at the top. That looks so good. It's one of the main reasons that I like this camera, with the square screen on the top in black with the white lettering. Really does look nice. Alright, let's take a quick snap. There we go. And another one. Right, so the screen pretty much the same as the 6D Mark II. You've got touch to focus, drag to focus. The buttons are pretty much the same as well. Okay. Takes a nice picture. Now that little car was about 50 centimeters away from me, and it captured it quite nicely. The lights were above it as well, so I'm quite happy with that. Alright, let's have a look at Chewbacca. Take a little snap of him as well. If you don't want to see the test shots, then You can skip through to the end of the video and there will have a bit more information and some more photos of the EOS R. But this is the first time with me using this camera, so I want to test it for myself. It seems a little bit slow saving the photo for some reason. I don't know why that would be. I didn't format the memory card, so and I haven't checked the settings. It may have HDR, or it may be taking more than one shot. I don't think it is though. But image quality, absolutely beautiful, nice and clear. Okay, I'm very happy with that. Right, sorry if I keep pausing, but I'm trying to read the different things on the back of the camera at the same time. It's got little information bars popping up, obviously because it's the first time you've used it. The camera itself in my hand feels really nice. Right, I'm just going to go through the menu with you. It's on fully automatic at the moment, but I'll just show you the different modes that it's got. So let's have a look here. Okay, so it's got the C1, C2, C3, and bulb mode, manual mode, and then aperture priority, shutter priority, program, flexible priority, and then C3, C2, C1, bulb mode again. And all of these you can set up in the menu to do the different kinds and styles of shooting. So if you want to have one set up for video and then one set up for photography, and you can just flick through and choose which one you like. Most useful that way. As I was saying about the camera body, it's it's heavy, but it's not too heavy. It feels very, very nice to hold. It's got a nice cold feeling to it as well. Right, so in here you've only got the one card slot, battery in the bottom. Over here you've got your headphone and microphone inputs, 3.5mm. You've got the remote control there, and in here you've got the USB Type-C and the HDMI port. Right, it has a lovely smell, and on the side there and on the front there are for the EVF. That's your slide controller. I haven't used it yet. I will make another video in a week or two letting you know how I get on with the camera. New things on here that I haven't had before. I went from a Canon 5D Mark I to a Mark II, and then I went to a 6D Mark II. And I've had many different mirrorless cameras as well. Right, I'm going to leave you with a few pictures, a few shots that I've took with the camera. Here's my son James, and James studying, a photograph of my hand, my watch, an old flip-flop, my mug, and some pictures of the camera body itself. So it's up to you which camera you wait for. I didn't want to wait until June or July to get the R5 because the R is all the camera I need at the moment. I've only just started using 4K on my channel, so I really don't need 8K, and I don't think my iMac would be capable of doing 8K anyway. YouTube certainly isn't ready for it. So this is the perfect camera for me. I did keep waiting until I saw the specs on the R5, but they weren't enough to sway me, so I decided to get this one while the price is right. 1,317, I believe. It's a good price, so I'm going to enjoy this camera. I'll do another video in a few weeks. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.